Talking to the trees. Welcome to Community News. My name is Paul.
And my name is Sasha.
Hello there, Sasha. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Maybe I should have said my name is Arbor Sasha, because talking to the trees, I'm excited and intrigued to hear what that is.
It will be intriguing and exciting. You know, it's wonderful to talk. I feel like I've already spoken to you for about an hour. It's unbelievable. It's so wonderful.
Maybe I need to catch up with you. I miss you sometimes, Paul, since our only way of seeing each other is Skype, which is odd since you and I are both seeing other people in person in town. It is odd that we're keeping ourselves like the boy in the plastic bubble and the girl in the plastic bubble. Maybe we just like that movie too much. I don't know, but we have not seen each other in person.
Well, it's like a Venn diagram. Our circles don't intersect anywhere. Have they intersected, then it would be okay. And look, like we said,
at one of our houses, and we stopped that because of COVID, but now we're like still Skyping, but we're actually flying on planes. We're seeing people in other, I think it's time that we could actually start recording live again with each other.
I don't know. I'm afraid.
You prefer me in this little box. You don't want to have to deal with the chaos of what a live meeting entails.
Exactly. Right. Those were the no, I mean, I would love those days when I would come over and have you take off all your jewelry and put your food away and take off the crinoline dresses and all that other type of stuff.
Other than today where I talked your ear off for an hour pre-show, this, I think you feel, is more efficient. We pick a time, we go, and,
right.
There's no driving, there's no commuting.
Exactly, because we all know when you're out on the roads, there is chaos ensuing somewhere.
There's danger. Danger.
Exactly. Anyway, so a walk in the trees, talking to the trees. This weekend, first time ever here in Townport, there is a walk through the forest and a beer garden. So they're setting up beer stations at various trees throughout the forest. It's a $10 admission fee. You pay for your beers along the way. They'll tell you about all the different trees in the forest, and you can sample various beers from the little craft beer places around town.
What an unusual event. It says, you know what it says to me? It has millennial written all over it.
Right.
A millennial must have come up with this event.
Well, since all these people have moved here since the pandemic, I'm sure one of these little feisty entrepreneurs put this together.
Absolutely. It sounds like a 20-something, 30-something kind of thing, like having some sort of environmentalist twist to drinking beer.
Right. So will you be going and drinking and learning about the trees, or?
I'm not.
No?
I hate beer. Detest beer. I never drink it. I think it tastes like piss. How
do you really feel about it?
I am anti-beer.
Okay.
And I know that craft beer is the thing now. I know they've turned beer as if they've made beer into the new wine. Like there's a whole connoisseur aspect to beer. To me, it's still gross. Just the thought of it. I haven't tried any of it. Maybe it's better. Just the Budweiser and the Coors that you drank in high school. Blech. So no, I'm not into beer. I do like trees. But I don't want my tree walking being ruined with drunk people who are drinking beer. So I will not be there.
Well, I'm sure they're happy that they paid for a spot on our show for promotion. So
tell me that. I thought we were just talking about it as a PSA. But I have to ask you this. Are they calling it a walk with the tree and beer thing? Or are they calling it this new thing I'm constantly seeing? What is it? A forest bath, going forest bathing.
No, they're not calling it. They're calling it a walk with the trees and a beer thing. That's the official title.
Well, thank the universe, because just the other day I was reading about these forest baths, and I'm like, I remember when we used to call that going for a walk or a hike, but now they're calling it forest bathing.
What are you talking about? When you take a walk in the woods, it's called forest bathing?
Forest bathing. You need to Google it. Yes.
Oh, my God.
I know.
I didn't think I could hate people any more than I do. And thank you for renewing my faith that I hate people even more than I thought I did.
That one, and the other one I was reading that also always annoys me is sound bath. So instead of just you're going to go somewhere and someone's going to ring a gong, now it's that you're going for a sound bath. So forest bathing and sound bath. Google them after the show, and you'll see. I've taught you something new. That's what they're calling these things now.
I'm afraid if I try to Google it on my phone will rebel and blow up on its own. So forget it.
I want you to look. I'm not even kidding you. These are new terms. Forest bathing, which is taking a walk in the woods. Exactly. What? What? Really, people?
Ugh. Yuck.
Oh, right.
Yuck. That's all I have to say is yuck. I would need an arm update also, since I'm not seeing you in person. How is the arm doing? We're in week 3, 4, 5 of.
I think I'm going into 4 or 5. Tomorrow I go to the orthopedic guy and he x-rays it again and tells me what's going on. I don't know. It hurts a lot. Like I keep trying to just do things one-handed, but you would laugh. I think of you sometimes when I'm like, I was setting the table for Seder with my one hand, and that takes a very long time. So once in a while, what I would do is I'd like balance a bowl or a plate like on my chest and with my other arm, the one that is the broken wrist. And I'm like walking, balancing wine glasses on my boobs and stuff. And I'm like, Paul would get a kick out of this if he saw a picture of what I'm doing to like set this table.
How did you not coerce one of your kids to video that for me? It's unbelievable.
They weren't even around. They were in their rooms. I thought I would have them help me set the table, but they're either in their rooms or out with their friends. So I literally was using like all these body parts, like, because it just took too long with one hand.
That's what she said.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd lean things on like my chest and then lean it in with my arm. You know what I mean?
Wow. That sounds like so it sounds like it was a very clean way to serve plates and everything also. I'm sure everything was.
Because I bathed and was clean and clean clothes when I put my, I don't know if you realize, while I might be like haphazard in many ways, I'm OCD like you about certain things. Hands, I'm OCD about hands, and I'm OCD about if I'm in a restaurant and the waiter or waitress, which happens often, holds the cup by the top. Where they're like, their hand is now.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It makes me ill. I go like, who trained these people? They'll put it on the table, and I will never touch it. And I say to the kids, don't touch that. And they think I'm being too much, but I'm like, it's not too much. They have a whole stem of the glass to be holding it by, or bottom of the glass. You never do it by there. So no, I am so sterile when I'm setting a table for other people. Like I'm so aware of germs on the hands way before COVID. Like no, it's very clean. I would never serve anyone. I rewash all the plates and bowls just from the dust that might get it in the cabinet, rewash it all, put it out.
Now, do you tell the guests who are there which of their utensils or glasses or plates have touched your boobs or no? Just so you know, or do you tell them afterwards or no? Is it a game?
If they listen, they'll hear it now. It was more like plates and like wine glasses leaning on my. Can you picture what I mean?
Yes.
Like I'd have it here, and then I'd have one in my hand, so that way I could do more than just one.
I think all our listeners can picture exactly what you mean right now. Don't you worry.
One-handed people work in restaurants. Like I bet there are people that are disabled that work in restaurants, and like me, find other ways. Like when you see people that don't have arms and they drive their car with their feet,
right?
Like have that. I bet there are people that work in restaurants and like me have to improvise. So,
right. So
I'm the first to think of it.
You are now comparing yourself to a no-arm person who drives their car with their feet based on the fact that you fell and hurt your wrist. Is that where we are right now?
But I'm just saying, I'm not that person forever, but like, right now, I have to be a little bit crafty the way I get things done.
So are you saying you set the table with your feet? Is that the exclusive we're getting on Community News?
No, but you know what? That's a good idea. I should have thought of that. I could have washed my feet, given my feet a foot bath in the forest, so I could have forest bathed and foot bathed, and then I could have in between toes held a knife, a spoon, and a fork. Then I could have had much more efficient, you know what I mean, setting of the table.
You see, had you done that, we could have put that on YouTube, and we would have had 1 billion listeners to this episode of Community News. Will you please just go and do that, or train to do that right now?
Oh, you know how I joked about having an OnlyFans? Maybe I can do an OnlyFans. Like maybe some people have a weird fetish where they like seeing a woman in a cast.
Right.
And I have an OnlyFans where I, juggle the things. I like do housework with everything leaning against my boob,
Perfect.
Maybe somebody has a weird fetish for that. I don't know. All I know is I need to make some money.
There you go. Any of our Community News listeners would like to see Sasha balance stuff on her boobs with her broken hand, please email us and let us know. It'll be on OnlyFans soon enough. Couple other things at the community center Saturday night is the Roaring 20s Gala. Dress up in your favorite Charleston outfit and get ready to some swing dancing or Charleston dancing or whatever it is.
That I'm going to. I can't resist a chance to wear a good flapper dress.
That is amazing. You are going to dress as a flapper.
Absolutely. Well, I have a dress and I haven't had any use for it since I bought it. But it's got the strings, and I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna do the Charleston. I'm gonna do the swing dancing.
Now, will you put tassels on your cast also, just to complete the outfit, or no?
That's a good idea, but that's too much work.
Da
No,
da
I-
da 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 da.
Oh, you're doing the one from The Wonderful Life.
Da 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 da
Yeah.
da.
Da, da,
So is that what you're gonna do?
Gymnasium parts, and there's a swimming pool down below. That was the song they did. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life?
I don't think so.
Oh, all-time classic. You have to see it.
It's not my type of movie.
Watch it. But you need to watch it even just to laugh at it. Because nowadays, I used to watch it thinking it was sweet. Now I watch it thinking like it's so chauvinistic and misogynistic that it's comical.
All right, so I'll have to watch it then. I'll take a look. $22 starting at 8 o'clock this Saturday night at the community center. The 20s gala dance. Have a good time. Walk through the trees is also Saturday. What?
I am not only going as a participant, I'm going to be doing a little emceeing at that 20s dance. They asked me, Paul. Da, 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 da,
I might have to show up just to hear the MC.
Yes, I'm going to do some presenting and introducing of, towns commissioners, RTM people, various local politicians. I'll be introducing in my flap dress.
Perfect. So go see Sasha on this Saturday night. That's about it. That wraps up this episode of Community News. What can I say? It was a fast one.
It did. It's like time just flies when you're having fun with Paul.
Trees and flappers this weekend, and that wraps up this episode of Community News.
Flappers and dishes being balanced on boobs. Don't forget that.
It's the trifecta. What else could you ask for?
Put those three things out there. Would anyone put together what we were talking about?
We'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, that wraps up this episode of Community News, and as always, my name is Paul.
As always, my name is Sasha.
So make sure to see Sasha doing plates. What are you doing? Flappers and Flapper Sasha.
Saying see you next Tuesday, and we love you, community.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.